Welcome back to Premier League predictions week 2. Let's get it started with Chelsea versus West Ham at the London Stadium. Look, I've said it before and I'll say it again. This is going to be West Ham's worst season yet. Chelsea to win 2-0, João Pedro to score a brace. Let's move on to Tottenham versus Man City at the Etihad Stadium. And can we finally lift the curse of Tottenham? I feel like with this team we can. I trust in Reinders. We're facing off against a wounded Spurs, not being able to sign Eberechi Eze. I'm going to predict Man City 5, Tottenham 0. Next we have Wolves versus Bournemouth at the Vitality Stadium, and this is a literal wounded animal. We battered them, and you know what they say about a wounded animal, it's out for blood. But I was very impressed with Bournemouth, so I'm going to give them the edge. I'm going to say Bournemouth beat Wolves 1-0. Next we have Aston Villa versus Brentford at the G-Tech Stadium. Their last 5 meetings weren't that impressive, but look, I'm going to give it to Aston Villa 1-0. Next we have the battle of the underdog Sunderland versus Burnley at Turf Moor, and look, I'm going to predict that Burnley do not win one game this season in the Premier League. Even against Sunderland, I'm going to predict Sunderland beat Burnley 2-0 this game. Next, we have Arsenal versus Leeds at the Emirates Stadium. I'm going to predict Arsenal beat Leeds 2-0. Eberechi Eze to score 2 headers from a corner kick. Stoke City football. Next, we've got Crystal Palace versus Nottingham Forest at Selhurst Park. An absolute snooze fest because their last 5 meetings, neither team has scored more than 2 goals, but I'm going to say Nottingham Forest 1-0. Let's move on to Everton versus Brighton at Hill Dickinson Stadium. Last game, Everton beat Brighton 5-0 somehow. I don't know how that happened, but look, Brighton are a better team. I'm going to say they win 2-0. Next at Craven Cottage, we've got Fulham versus Manchester United. Look, I was very impressed with Manchester United against Arsenal. I feel like this is going to be the game that they're going to show everyone that they're serious. I'm going to predict Manchester United beat Fulham 3-0 with 3 penalties from Bruno Fernandes. And next at St. James Park, we've got Newcastle versus Liverpool Monday Night Football. And wow, what a game. Do you think Alexander Isak is going to play this game? I don't think he is. Imagine if he just appears and comes out of nowhere like The Undertaker. We know all the controversy behind Alexander Isak, but I'm going to give it to Liverpool here because Newcastle are just not the same team without Alexander Isak. Alexander Isak is the superstar of Newcastle, him and Bruno Guimaraes. And I know you guys have signed Elanga and you have Gordon, but look, these are not elite wingers. These are not the wingers that are going to get you over 10 goals a season, 20 goals a season. You guys need superstars, and Alexander Isak is that superstar. I'm going to predict Liverpool beat Newcastle 3-2. It's going to be an exciting game, but I'm going to give it to Liverpool here. That's it for week 2 Premier League predictions. If you agree and if you like the video, make sure that you like, make sure that you comment, and you also give a follow as well. I'm going to be doing Premier League predictions every week, so make sure that you're following to stay updated.